What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Thursday night live stream. Lack of content, I know, sorry, but we are streaming tonight. And we're going to have a fun night because we have a little bit of a different setup for what we're doing this evening. We're going to start with like some normal stuff. We are going to go through basically what you guys saw in the thumbnail, which appeared like 15 minutes ago. Sorry about that. We have Old Elk media samples. Everybody's been getting these. You've been seeing these across Instagram and YouTube. I've got the Green River Distillery exclusive 8-year toasted, new Old Forester 117 series triple char, the new Overhaul 11, highest proof cast strength so far. This thing, all right. And I think that's pretty much it for the first part of the stream. So we're gonna dive into those and just kind of rapid fire first impression, how we normally do. And then I have 2 blind flights in front of me. So Joe, I don't have my phone hooked. I can't show Joe. I don't have a Joe cam right now. Although Joe can show Joe, maybe if he links himself to the video. Joe's in the house. Joe helped me pour these blind samples. Usually I have my phone hooked up to a cable and I can show you guys Joe. We've been rushing around. So what we did is we crowdsourced from Patreon, and we're doing this in the Discord actually, in the channel that I'm not. There's Joe. What's up, Joe? He's gonna drink all the he's gonna like butt chug Blade and Bow 30 over there all night, essentially. That's an infinity bottle of it's like all the Oakleys and Heaven Hill 22. I don't know if it's any good. We'll find out. I just made an infinity of those. So Joe is running, he's the mod in the Discord, and he's running this like little channel in the Discord that I'm not looking at all for live streams and for future content where people are going to start suggesting, relevant, timely flights for him to pour for me when he's over here for a live stream. Theoretically, he could even pour things in sample bottles for future videos and just label cards for me, and then I would just use those, the following week or whatever to shoot a video with. So we have a lot of good possibilities, but the point is to get Patreon a little bit more involved in helping decide what kind of content you see, especially when it comes to comparisons that you're curious about, new bottles on the market, maybe versus older versions of those bottles or whatever, and making it double blind so that I don't know what's what is very helpful, because if I set up a 5-pour blind flight for myself here, unless it's like all stag batches, which I will never be able to guess which one's which, if it's like all different distilleries, I'm gonna kind of know which one's which, and it makes the flight a little less fun, because then I have to pretend like I don't know what some of them are, and I can absolutely be wrong on that. But more often than not these days, if it's different distilleries, different expressions, it's a little easier to pick apart. So Joe poured me 2 5-pour blind flights. I have literally no idea what they're about. I don't have note cards to show you. He will put the answers on the screen, and I'll turn my head. When I turn back, he'll pull it off the screen because he is an admin right now in this stream, and he's going to help me run things. So that's the quick and dirty of what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here as usual. Eagle Rare 12. I had my pre-stream tacos. Let me know what you guys are sipping on. I'm going to pull the chat up here now and hit that like button on your way in. Let's have a fun night, and let's see if we can get Joe completely sloppy on I don't even know what, honestly. He hasn't been here in like 6, 7, 8 weeks. So there are options for Joe to get completely, belligerent. All right, cheers. All right, can we get an I'm Mike instead? We'll get there, Slad. We're not that deep in the night. Welcome to Drums and Drams Live, where the pours are made up and the times don't matter. Correct, yeah. Joe had a hard time. I pulled all my 2026 bottles off the shelf, put them back up, and he was hunting through there trying to find the stuff for these flights. But if you guys know what these flights are and you're in the Discord, please no spoilers. Please no spoilers as we get into this. It'll be 30, 45 minutes before we get into that stuff. Sounds like one bottle is... Yeah. All right. Sport Clips and Drams. Guest Room Joe. All right. So, yeah, if you guys are sipping anything, let me know. I do need to give these bottles to Joe, actually. 2 of the Striped Pig picks and a sample. So we're going to talk about Striped Pig today, guys, actually. Okay. Sorry. Where's the other one? There it is. I need to actually pull this down. I meant to have this on the thumbnail, and I forgot. All right, so up first, where should we start? We got to kind of go up in proof order a little bit, and I think that might land us on the Old Elks. So let's just get these out of the way up front. I think there were some marketing materials on this. I think they're upstairs somewhere. If we really need to know, I can run upstairs and grab them, but otherwise, we're just going to evaluate the whiskey as it is. And finally, we do have a giveaway this evening. This is an interesting one. So because I don't know what we're sipping tonight, I'm not just going to do a sample giveaway of the stuff on the thumbnail because, you know, they're not the craziest bottles in the world. So instead, what I decided we're going to do, we're going to give away 3 bottles. I'm not adding something at the end. There's no trickery like last time when I threw a CGF in. I promise, none of that. But the 3 bottles I'm going to give away tonight are things where I was kind of looking at my bunker. I've got a shelf over there, and I was like, what are things that people don't know about that they should know about? And I know that some people might hear that and think you're just trying to get rid of your crap. I promise you I'm not. So one of those bottles that I have 3 of over there because I love it is the Bardstown Apple Brandy finish. MGP 11 year. This is like old school MGP profile. The apple brandy is not heavy on this. It just accentuates the fruit notes of the MGP. I've always felt like this was an underrated bottle. So we'll give one of those away. Another underrated bottle. This was one of my top whiskeys of the year like 3 years ago. Rebecca Creek 16, barrel 21, 127.7 proof, 16-year MGP. Another MGP. Ridiculously good whiskey. And the other one, which we're going to talk about on tonight's stream, and I'm actually going to taste this exact bottle here, Striped Pig 9-year. This is 9-year OZ Tyler, but it aged in South Carolina, and it's ridiculously good. And we have 4 barrels of that stuff dropping next week. I'm not plugging it for that reason. I'm plugging it because we just got back from South Carolina, and their whiskey is really incredible. So we're going to give away one of those. So first will be the Bardstown, second will be Rebecca Creek, third will be Striped Pig. You guys know how it works, every $5. PayPal, Venmo, or just straight up Super Chat. PayPal, Venmo info is in the description of the video. And I think we've got all the stuff out of the way now at the beginning. So let's get into some Old Elk. And where is the tip jar banner? I need this one for get you one entry for I'm going to say a bot instead of bottle of BB Co. Apple Brandy, RC16, or Striped Pig 9. So you guys know what all that means. Okay. Sleeping on Striped Pig. I've had 6 of those 9 years for months. Crazy good. Yeah, they are crazy good. They really are. I'm actually curious to find out when Joe tries them over there. He has 3 of the 4 upcoming barrel picks because one of them I don't really have enough of in my sample. But we have a real coffee forward barrel, and then a shorty, and then one that is like melted caramel. So very different profiles. All right, let's get into these Old Elks now. The first thing we're going to start with, we'll start over here with the straight bourbon whiskey. Okay, straight bourbon, 105 proof. I think the price points on these are very affordable. It's something like $70. So they're coming out very competitively. You know, this isn't post Middle West acquisition. First new bottles since then. So I'm assuming the Middle West team are the folks blending this now. So already got some super chats coming in, guys. We'll keep up on all these as we go. All right, Old Elk straight bourbon. Now these are like the signature kind of Old Elk high malt mash bills. Old Elk, I'm looking it up right here. 51 corn, 34 barley, and 15 rye is what Breaking Bourbon says. All right, so on the nose, the straight bourbon, for me, does not smell very good. I got to be honest. I love Middle West. It's my first love distillery here in Columbus. This stuff smells like yeast. Just straight up. Just, yeah. Sourdough starter. Yeast. Something like that. There is a little bit of a cocoa powder thing in here too. So there is sweetness, and it's mostly sweet on the nose. And I think part of it too is the high malt content is adding almost a graininess. So this does not smell 10 years old to me. So we're not starting very strong here. No, not starting very strong. and it's just kind of sour. It's kind of sour and yeasty, very grain forward. And a lot of MGP can get this way, but to this extent is probably new for me. There are a bunch of barrels out there distilled in 2015 on the barrel market that people are trying to offload desperately. Super affordable stuff, but the whiskey is terrible from these 2015 lots. It's just the yeastiest MGP you've ever had. This is even yeastier than that stuff, in my opinion. This is so not my profile. If you like yeasty MGP for whatever reason, maybe you're into this, but that whiskey is in the 60s for me, rating-wise. So it's not even, we're just going to move on. We're going to move on. Straight bourbon is no. That's a big no. Maybe we'll revisit after we taste these other two. Has anyone tried these? Dustin Klosterhoff, thank you, man, for the super chat. Joe is tracking. I appreciate it. Cheers, dude. Dude, wait until you try the Bardstown pineapple. It's disgustingly sweet. Oh, God. Well, listen, if it's sweet but not as yeasty as what I just had, I'm probably going to like it a little better. I just can't do the yeast notes. Kills me. Andrew Stradner. Stradtner. Stradtner. In for 5, Joe. Said entry. Thanks, bro. And guys, if anybody's name is misspelled at the end of the night, sorry. Joe's doing his... He's not reading these. I'm reading these to him. And then Aaron Trondle, in for 4. Said, love the blind format. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for the super chats. Good evening. Oh, I'm so erect, said Sam. Fuck, didn't proofread that. Okay. All right. Sick. Every old elk in recent memory is overly malty or yeasty. Not sure why. Yeah. I like the double wheat from... I never tried the double wheat, Dustin. That was one. And then there was another like specialty bottle they released that I also didn't try. When's the next Drums and Drams Middle West pick? Well, depending on what I say about the rest of these old elks, maybe there might not be another one if they watch this live stream. Friend hooked me up with your Essence Rye pick, Dan's Taint. Holy peach tea, amazing. But I'm glad you like it, because when you say Dan's Taint in writing, that looks like, even though that's what we called it. I'm glad you like it. Tony Bag of Donuts, I'd like to use my super chat to promote Whiskey Mountain Stream for Alzheimer's research. Oh, she's still doing this. That's awesome. I have not kept up, man. I have not kept up at all. Sunday the 9th, so that's in 3 days. So many bottles to give away, including the taterest of tater, Wellers, and more. Tony, thank you, guys. Check that out. Adriana Whiskey Mountains. She's done this, I feel like, every year now. I don't remember last year, but I think I remember every other year before that. Thanks for saying that, Tony. And then Nick Leon says, content. Let's go. Thanks, dude. Okay. If your rating scale only goes from 65 to 95, why not just 0 to 30? It doesn't go 65 to 95. That's just kind of where I've landed. I think Fireball got like a 30. I don't know. But dude, grades are like that, you know? Grades are, you put your name on the paper and you get 60 out of 100, right? I mean, or 59 out of 100 is an F, right? You put your name on the paper, you get 59. I mean, you make whiskey, it is whiskey. I think it's much more understandable for me growing up in an F to A range with those numbers to associate my whiskey scale with that. And so, yeah, I do have to reserve the top 5 points for me as like the best of the best stuff. So you do land in that 30-point range, but I think, to me, it's just more relatable that way. When you have like a, who's the wine guy, Joe? Is it Jeb Dunnick? Does he have like the 0 to 20 or 30 or some weird scale?
One of them does, but those two.
Not Dunnick. Who does it?
It's not Parker.
Who has wine scale out of, I thought it was like 20 or 30. Jancis Robinson uses it. That's not who I was thinking of, though. Anyways. Yeah, that's the reason. All right, let's move on. Let's do this one next. We're still going to stay in bourbon territory. Wheated bourbon. I think this is probably mostly what they're known for. Maybe. I think a lot of people do wheated bourbon picks of Old Elk. All right. It smells significantly better on the nose. It is still yeasty, but there's a little bit of a cola thing in here, which is nice. Joe, do you want to try any of these, or are you good? Okay. So a little cola in here. Still the cocoa powder note from the straight bourbon, but I think what the wheat is doing, I think the wheat is helping eliminate some of the maltiness and eliminate some of that yeast note overall. So it's a darker nose. Yeah, the straight bourbon is gnarly. It is kind of undrinkable for me, honestly. That profile is so not my jam. All right. The wheated bourbon at the price point, that's a competitive bottle on the market, I think, for the price point. $70 or whatever. I should have brought the info sheet down. $70, 10 years old, 105 proof for that one also. Yeah, I could see that. Still a little yeasty, still not my preferred profile. But that is a whiskey that's in like the mid 70s range for me. Sam, the quick no from Joe. Amen. Doesn't want the old elk to ruin his Bladen Boat 30 experience. We haven't got there yet. The bottle's still behind me, so we're safe. Mark safe from Joe. All right, on now to the wheat whiskey. Slightly lower proof at 103. Wheat whiskey, you know, obviously this is a category we've seen a little bit more action in lately. Star Hill Farm, Bernheim, 10-year anniversary this year. Heritage Collection Heaven Hill, 19-year wheat whiskey, which I still feel like is kind of an underrated bottle. Category gets a little more action. I think wheat whiskey is viable, but it is heavily dependent on the distillery profile and whether they can make the wheat whiskey work and not feel too flat. I think it's really where it comes into, really where you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay. On the nose, this wheat whiskey, this is a little like brown buttery, and I love a brown buttery kind of profile. So it is a sweeter, but I honestly think like darker nose than the wheated bourbon. This might be the darkest nose of all of them. Oh yeah, that's my favorite. It's not as bold on the palate because it is a wheat whiskey, but that thing is like actually cohesive front to back. It just works. It's very easy sipping. Yeah, you're gonna find a lot of entry-level drinkers. Honestly, the 10-year Old Elk wheat whiskey at the price point, at the proof point, probably gonna be pretty available as well. Is a great gift bottle for a whiskey person in your life that, you know, maybe they're just drinking Buffalo Trace stuff. Buy them this wheat whiskey at 103 proof because it's not gonna break the bank for you, and it's gonna be a well-appreciated bottle and a good profile for them. For any, you know, serious whiskey enthusiast that's spending a lot of money every month, but you're trying to like maybe buy 3 or 4 great bottles and not like kind of fill your shelf with just typical $70 stuff. None of this Old Elk is stuff that you need to pick up. But I think that wheat whiskey is my favorite. I think the wheated bourbon, you make a case for. There's probably actually good barrel picks of that wheated bourbon. It makes sense why people do those. And then the straight bourbon, you couldn't pay me to drink that stuff again. Joe, you want to try the straight bourbon? All right. Special only for me. All right. So that's the Old Elk. Let me pull this up here. Guys, we got Ma Lee in for 5. Said donation to Joe. Cheers. Toshi, thank you, man. Toshi Bake in for 20 entries. $100 super chat. Said Cam, hope all is good with the fam. Everything's good. Kid just got a bath. She's been insufferable today. Or inconsolable, not insufferable. Maybe both. It's been a rough day, but it's okay.
Got to meet her.
Joe met her. She's great. Fresh out of the bath, poofy hair.
Almost as tall as Cam.
Almost as tall as me. And then Toshi, thank you, man. Ben Arrington in for 5. Said, here's to the Thursday night diaper fund. Cheers. Appreciate that, Ben. We do need it. Yeah, we're about to move from the ready-to-feed liquid formula to powder stuff. Just because the ready-to-feed that we were getting was from Europe. A whole box of it sitting in a clearance delay for a month in Indianapolis. FedEx is a piece of shit about this. And anyways, been dealing with that. So we're just going to go to the dry stuff, the powder. Justin Reynolds, thank you, man. In for 2 with the little pizza emoji. Appreciate it, Justin. Well, I'll remind you guys about the giveaway here in a little bit, but I want to keep getting into these. Toshi said, yeah, it's baby life, but enjoy it while it lasts since they grow up too fast. Mine turned 6. Yeah, man. Time flies, huh? Toshi, we got to go back to Willett, man. That was a fun trip. I think about that a lot. Next up, let's do this. Let's go Old Forester next. Let's go Old Forester. This is the brand new Triple Char. I have not really paid much attention to reviews or thoughts on this. It's fairly new, I think like within the last week. 138 people in here. Hit that like button if you guys wouldn't mind. Let's get a few more folks hanging out. You going to be in Kentucky next month for KBF? I forgot again this year to reach out about a media pass. I don't know if they're still available. I definitely don't have a ticket, but maybe I could get in as a media person. I have the week off from work, so I could make it. So this new Triple Char, probably $60. I think these are all still $60. Half bottles. 115 proof. So this is like one of the higher proof that we've seen from the 117 series besides the Prohibition era still proof, which I think was 130. This says charring barrels allows for complex flavor development. The barrels used to craft this small batch were charred 3 times as long as the standard Old Forester barrel profile. This exceptional depth of char delivers a rich, robust flavor profile. So my impression is that this is not double oaked or triple oaked in this case. It's just a 3x char on the barrels. So yeah, color-wise, it's not absurdly dark, but it's definitely dark. We don't get an age statement on this. So let's get into it. Has anyone tried this? What's up, Matt? Good to see you, dude. My baby of four. Bro, Mike, get a fucking comma in there, dude. I was like, you have a 4-headed baby? It's too early in the night for that, dude. Come on. My baby of 4, comma, heads off to freshman year of college next week. Congrats. Congrats to your quadruple craniumed baby. I mean, that's pretty sick. That's pretty funny. Okay. Mike, what college? All right, Triple Char. I can smell the char in here, but I'm also smelling like juicy fruit gum. So the dark notes make sense, and then the light notes don't really make sense on top of it for what I'm expecting. SMU, says Mike. Nice. Yeah, this is like powdered sugar donut, which is cool, but then the main note in here is almost like a juicy fruit. Yeah, weird. And then just barrel char underneath it, but it's like sweet barrel char because we're talking Old Forester. We're not talking about like a Kelvin barrel, heavy coffee barrel char. It's not like that. Joe, thank you for the super chat, man. Can't wait for those hazmat beams. I was going to tag you on the 144 proof William Evan Hill, but I'm sure you got tagged. I actually didn't get tagged today. Joe, I'm trying to behave money-wise. Like, I have money sitting in my account now that is to buy barrels for NDP stuff. And I'm like, if I'm going to blow whatever that's going to be, $3,500 on that bottle, which is insane, I have to rationalize buying that bottle instead of an entire barrel of whiskey. So that is the calculus in my mind is changing now on irresponsibility. Okay, Triple Char. There's no real reason to buy this. This is fine. It's all front palate. It's all front palate spice, and that's where you get the char as well. There's a little bit more honey on the palate than I got on the nose. The nose was so juicy fruit focused. The palate is like juicy fruit gum plus honey. There is a little bit of vanilla sweetness, but a lot of this is actually very tannic. So you can kind of expect that. Triple char, triple the tannin probably at this point. It's just like front half of the tongue spice, and there's no development on the back end. It is a kind of a long finish, but it's only on the front half. And the profile just doesn't really work for me. So I'll be curious to find out other people's reactions, but that I like that less than I liked the Old Elk Wheat Whiskey. I think the best thing I've had so far tonight is the Old Elk Wheat Whiskey over that, and you're talking almost the same price for a half bottle of Old Forester that you don't need versus an Old Elk Wheat Whiskey that I could see you paying $70 for. What's up, Mark Vasco? Good to see you, man. Mike, he can wear boxers all day at home now. Nice. Never thought about that. Joe, I'm about to make a bad decision on Unicorn this week if I don't get outbid. Joe, just do it, man. You got this. I believe in you. Can we move that money into a management-controlled account? Joe, shut up, dude. No! Terry said distilled in Louisville. I don't know what Terry was talking about. That was a little bit ago. Okay. Let's keep moving. God, I feel like a lot of this stuff I'm going to taste at the beginning of the stream is stuff I don't like. So let's continue that trend. Let's go to a toasted barrel product now. Okay? I am not the authority on toasted barrel. I don't like toasted barrel stuff. But I picked this up because I thought, you know what, if anybody's going to do this well, it's probably going to be Green River because they put their oldest whiskey they've ever released to date, 8 years old, put it in this bottle, 375, distillery only, 115.1 proof. Let's see what this is all about. But again, toasted is not my jam. Double oaked, sometimes my jam. But toasted specifically can often give me notes that I'm not a big fan of. Mike, dude, thanks for the super chat. Start that 529. Yes, that is happening actually right now. Mike, thanks, dude. In for 10 entries. Oh, tell Christine I said, hey, Mark. I should have figured you guys were together. Oh, Terry said the 117. Yeah. Still in Louisville. Yeah. Okay. Green River. Has anyone tried this? I feel like I heard crickets on the other stuff so far. The Old Elk and the Old Forester. Other Jeb scale is 95 to 100 or so, it seems. Sorry, I'm going back and checking things I missed earlier. That's pretty funny. The Old Elk 10-year is straight drain pour. I tried it in Columbus and tasted like garbage gravy. Holy shit, Chris. Tell me how you really feel, man. Yeah, so this toasted is actually more of a straight up double oaked profile for me than it is toasted. Like, it has the butter, like spicy buttercream that you get from toast. You could say marshmallow. Everyone says marshmallow on toasted. This is less marshmallow for me, honestly, than like some of the sweeter ones. This is a very savory toasted, which is why I'm saying it's a little bit more just like a straight up double oaked, because I get bacon on here. I get very breakfasty, like breakfast sausage notes. And it's extremely double barreled smelling. Campfire. Good drinking experience though. For 115 proof, it's actually it's about as good as a very heavily finished toasted barrel product could get. It's just not my jam. But I think if you guys are around Owensboro, which probably not a lot of you are going to be around Owensboro, it's kind of a trek to get there, I feel like. But because this is distillery only, if you like toasted stuff, you're probably going to like this. If you like double oak stuff, you're probably going to like this. But it's more on the breakfasty. Think back 5 years ago when Nulu was putting out a bunch of double oaked MGP, heavily double oaked stuff. Felt like they were really cooking those barrels. This reminds me of that. So it's just done well. You get zero Green River DNA out of this whiskey. It just tastes like the second barrel. All right. GR toasted is spicy, very spicy. I agree. I live 2 miles from SMU. God bless your whiskey budget. Can you pause the stream? I need to take the trash out. I don't know how to respond to that. There's a joke there somewhere. Let me get some more glassware. I can't wait to get into these blinds, so I'm going to try to power through the rest of these up-front pours. Let's see if we can find a diamond in the rough. I think I have to wait till the end of these up-front pours to taste the pineapple, even though the proof is lower. So let's do the Overholt next. This one's been getting a lot of discussion online. You guys probably know this bottle already from previous years. We've seen 10, 11, 12. We've gone back down to 11. This is the highest proof, though, of the bunch. I think every year it's seemingly a different blend of warehouses. They list the warehouses. This one is J, K, and M. It is cast strength. I believe it's a Kentucky rye kind of recipe. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Color, very dark. This has a great color to it. Nice shirt, Cam. Looking good. Thanks, RJ. Same shirt every day. They had this for sale at the Louisville bar downtown as well. Oh, they did? Okay. It's probably smart to get it out there. Because, yeah, Green River's kind of in the middle of just... I mean, when I went to Owensboro, I was like, damn, okay. You really have to want to be there. This Overholt smells good, especially compared to everything else so far tonight. It is a higher proof, so you're going to get a little, bigger mouthfeel, chewier whiskey probably. 125.6. It's a drier nose. It's very focused on kind of like your richer like cinnamon stick notes and brown sugar kind of notes. So definitely like a Jim Beam kind of rye profile. I think Jim Beam ryes never really tend to get herbal or like dilly or anything like that. Some will occasionally have that, but it's mostly in this like pie crust territory. Couple more super chats. Isaac Brinkley in for 1. Thank you, Isaac. So yeah, this Overholt on the nose, it's not gonna like blow you away, but for what it is, it's done really well. Jeremy White is in for 4. What's up, Slad? Says welcome back. Thank you, dude. Evil Adam H, in for 10 with a pig emoji for Striped Pig. Thanks, Adam. Joe put you in as Evil Adam. Let's go. Anthony Lawson says for 5 entries, says Heaven Hill Phoenix Fund. Do we know a price point yet on the Phoenix? I saw someone talking about a release date, and I don't know if that release date was sarcasm or not, because I think they said November 7th, which is the date of our event at Elkwood. So probably sarcasm. Thank you, Anthony. And then Gardner Reese in for 1. Thank you, guys. I think we're caught up there on the Venmos. My wife thought Backshots from Striped Pig was too whiskey forward for her. Her loss, my gain. What's up, Ben? Yeah, guys, it's right behind Joe, actually. Joe on the top shelf on the left. Backshots, Sour Peach. This is, guys, this is kind of funny. The owner's son of Striped Pig, this is his, like, little project he's doing. It's called Backshots Sour Peach. It's a whiskey with peach flavor. It's 60 proof. Actually pretty freaking good. And yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's got, like, influencers making videos about this stuff. It's pretty smart. All right, let me taste this Overholt. It's good. It's dry on the palate, too. It's like a dry spice. It's very, very caramely. Hint of nuttiness in here, but it's not straight up peanut. It's something else. I don't get a ton of fruit on it. I might get 0 fruit. It's a little butterscotchy, too, even though it's a rye. It's got a little butterscotch. I really like this. I mean, this is going to be a crowd pleaser of a rye whiskey for sure. Is it going to blow anybody's mind? I don't think so, but I think it's a very solid buy. I have no issues with this on $100, which I think is SRP. That's a whiskey for me that's like, rating-wise, probably around like a 79. That's what I would imagine, but hopefully it pops up in my blind sample pool for a more official rating. Okay, so let's circle back now, corporate speak, to Striped Pig, and then this will tie into the giveaways as well. Where could I get one? Says Junior. I don't know how to get. Are you talking about backshots? Where do you get backshots? I don't know actually. I don't know what the distribution's like on that. Compared to the 12-year Overholt, let me see if I can find that like quickly. It's probably on the shelf right here. All right, we'll do a quick comparison to the 12-year. I think these are different beasts. So on your right is the 11. On your left is the 12 from last year, which is a lower proof at 117, so about 8 proof points lower. Found it and you were right. 2026 edition features Overholt's Kentucky style rye. Does it give a mash bill, Mark? I would have to think it's like a 51 rye mash. Because there's basically zero evidence of any kind of green note. Backshots is sold through their website, says Matt. What are your thoughts on Conviction Double Oaked? I haven't tried it. I know a lot of people talk about that. Backshots unofficial D&D pick on BO. Yeah, what if we did a barrel pick of that? It does not say a mash. Okay. Thanks, Mark. I like the 12-year nose significantly better. It's just it's oakier. It's got a little more complexity to it. It's not as abrasively dry on the nose, and I feel like I get a little fruit in here, which I don't get on the 11. But then the palate, I like the 11 palate better. It's spicier, more bombastic. This one, the 12-year, a little bit of a background whiskey, you know, because it's not that exciting on the palate, but the flavors are good. The 11 will hold your attention, especially if you're like in a loud room. I always like to say, like if you're at a bar and you're drinking that 11 year, you're going to take a sip and you're going to be reminded that you're drinking whiskey. Whereas if you drink that 12 in a loud bar, you're going to take a sip and just keep talking to whoever you're talking to. It's not going to pull you away. My wife, Claren, dude, didn't read it. Didn't read it on the screen. Okay, so let's move on now to Striped Pig. Let's talk about these guys. I don't know if you remember on a previous live stream. Let me get this off. Okay. On a previous live stream, probably the last live stream that I did in July, maybe? Yeah, probably was. I was talking about a brand had sent me a media bottle of 9-year OZ Tyler, and I was freaking out about it. I was like, this stuff is so good. Then if you guys tuned into the Junkies charity live stream for Sean's parents with the house fire, I sent them this also blind. And I on the stream didn't tell them what it was, because what happens sometimes talking about places that have barrels like this is we're setting up a barrel pick behind the scenes. You say it publicly or you say it to people even in the Patreon, and then other groups try to jump ahead and get samples sent in the mail. That ties up the place's barrels. Maybe some of those barrels are epic. And it's like, I shot myself in the foot by talking about it publicly. So now I can do that because we went to Striped Pig last week. We picked 4 barrels. So this is the bottle, the media sample bottle that they sent to me. 9-year OZ, 7021 9 mash, Kelvin Char 4, aged in South Carolina. And this blew me away. It to the point where immediately hit them up. I said, how soon can we come down to South Carolina? They're like, you can come tomorrow if you want. But we figured it out. We were down there within, I think, 12 days or something. And then we picked 4 barrels because the whiskey was so damn good. So shout out to Remy from Striped Pig for hosting us. I don't know if you guys can tell how dark this whiskey is. This is no joke. This is like the most extracted OZ Tyler Kelvin that you're going to find. And so, the reason we're going to taste it right now is, number one, I want to tell you guys, if you see any of these 9-year Striped Pigs, buy. They're $100. I'm not saying the ones that we picked. Those are probably going to be, handing it to Joe. Those are probably going to be, the ones we picked are going to be sold out next Friday, whatever. I'm telling you, if you see any groups do picks of Striped Pig 9-year, if you go down there to the distillery in Charleston, South Carolina, if you have any other groups, buy these bottles blind. I mean, there was 1 barrel, maybe 2, when at the pick out of like 15 that I tasted, and I was like, no way. Otherwise, every other barrel was like, shit, we could just pick it. We could pick all these barrels. These are so good. So on the nose of this media bottle, this one, I wish we could have picked this barrel. It's such a good barrel. This is like the juiciest cherry cordial, Luxardo cherry, Kelvin juice. It is oaky as hell. There is like some bitter dark chocolate, but like kept in check. It's like bittersweet dark chocolate. There's cola syrup to the max. And it's got some grip and some tannin on the palate, a little dryness, but it like makes sense with the profile with how bittersweet everything is. and it just keeps going. Oh man, did you try this one, Joe?
It hangs on forever.
It hangs on.
Like an oak juice box.
Yeah, it is like a juice box. There's a little like fruit punchiness to this.
Something in there,
Oh, it's good. And it's like this being $100, dude, is crazy to me. Crazy. Worth taking a chance off the website, says Ben. I mean, yeah, I would say first check out, the Patreon ones, check those out, and I can give you the notes on those. That's a shameless plug. But yeah, I think even off the website, it's just, I would buy blind. No joke. The proofs on these are ranging between 125 and basically 135. They had an outlier 138, but we have the second highest barrel of a 135 coffee bomb barrel. So yeah, tonight's giveaway, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I picked 3 sleeper bottles off my shelf. One is the Striped Pig I just tasted. It's the only backup I've got of that. And then I've got the Bardstown Apple Brandy finished 11-year MGP from like 2019. Ridiculously good bottle, still slept on, and a Rebecca Creek 16-year from my favorite barrel of Rebecca Creek, barrel 21, 127.7 proof. So there you go, 3 giveaway winners tonight. So yeah, Striped Pig. I don't need to beat a dead horse on this. Incredible value out of that whiskey. Profiles are going to differ here and there, but overall, I just think it's a buy. Are you all seeing the Venmo and PayPal info? Should be in the description of the video. Is it not in there? Sometimes I copy from the wrong previous stream. I don't know why that happens. I'll pull. Yeah, maybe. I think there's been one stream I didn't have it on, and then I've accidentally recopied it certain times. So maybe I didn't do. It's so stupid. All right, it's definitely on this one. I'll move it over. Oh, I don't have any description in this, do I? I forgot to copy paste the description. That's why. I think I did earlier and it didn't save because I remember doing this, and my screen was spinning and I just hit leave page. All right, guys, you can refresh your page now and see the Venmo PayPal stuff. Sorry. You must have copied from a This Week in Whiskey video from 2019, said Slad. All right. Okay, it's time. It's time. Let's do this thing. Bardstown, Victoria Pineapple. I bought this. This is not a media sample, so I can say what I want about it. 10 to 11 year Bourye. So 80% is MGP bourbon. 40% is 10 year. 40% is 11 year. And those are the 75-21 mash. And then 20% of the blend is 11 year 95.5. It hurts my heart that they use some of those in this blend. Finish in rum barrels with oak staves, and then they, from what I understand, threw pineapple in there too, like literally pieces of pineapple. Prepared to destroy my palate before 2 blind flights. It's only like 340 cases. Really, Slad? I didn't know that. All right. It smells pretty good. It actually doesn't smell that finished. I think if I give this 5 minutes of airtime, it's probably going to smell more finished. As the ethanol kind of rolls off a little bit. It's only 106 proof. I'll tell you what it smells mostly like to me. It just smells like an MGP 21% bourbon, which is mostly what it is, with kind of a white pepper spice that crawls up your nose a little bit. There's definitely sweetness and there's definitely fruit, but it's not blasting me in the face that this is flavored whiskey or anything like that. It really is crawling up, even for 106 proof, crawls up my nose probably more than anything I've tasted so far. It feels like syrup in my mouth. All right. I feel like I'm drinking like pineapple juice. Wow. It's kind of good. I mean, Joe, do you want to try it or no? All right. It's kind of good. $140 is criminal behavior. It's $140. what in God's name? Like, what I appreciate about the pineapple is that it's like a cool gateway, like entry for some people. But if you're gonna do that, like I know they did the Green River Honey. It's like a $25, basically honey infused whiskey. Pretty freaking good for what it is, for being $25. This at 140, you didn't need to use 10-year bourbon for this, I don't think. It's very sweet on the palate. I mean, that when people say like an oily mouthfeel, this legitimately, it feels like syrup in your mouth. You can actually kind of taste the oak staves in here too. Like there's a little hint of almost like a toasted barrel note, like a honey toasted note. It is very sweet. You get used to it after one sip and it's kind of good. Very refreshing. I would love to taste this over ice or just like chilled. But $140 makes no sense. So it's like a fun little project. Cool. Don't do it again. You know, like no need for this. And while Bardstown is being adventurous, this whole like there's nowhere we won't go campaign they're doing, which they're beating it into the ground, I think. It is driving me nuts that like now we've got Garyana Oak Cascadia distillery release. Now we also have a Garyana Oak Finish Discovery bottle coming up. We have the pineapple. It's like, can we get back to making like good straight bourbon? Stop finishing shit. Make good straight bourbon blends, please. Please, please, please. And I love, like, the people at Bardstown are great people. But you've got such good whiskey in-house. Stop. You don't need to experiment with everything. I have to wonder how they're financially doing with this stuff. Maybe it's all selling. I don't know. Or maybe they're doing small enough experiments that it's not actually that consequential in the grand scheme of things. But, all right, Joe, what do you think?
I kind of like it.
It's kind of good. It's fucking good.
Like over a huge rock next on the beach or something.
Yeah.
Like that would be, but do I want to pay $140 for a premixed cocktail?
Right.
Like that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, 104. If this was like a $50, $60 bottle, I'm like, dude, mass market it.
Well, it's such a limited release too. Like you're not going after the general market or gateway customers.
Yeah.
If it's such a small release.
Is it like a proof of concept type thing?
Well,
you know?
Are they trying to find like the next Amberana that people go crazy for a year and then?
Right.
I don't get the strategy behind it.
I don't hate the idea of like.
It's kind of good.
It's kind of good. Like if you could do this in a $40 to $50 bottle, using real fruit in barrels or whatever, it's like it's kind of a cool story if it's marketed correctly. And I will say the bottle's beautiful.
Yeah.
The bottle looks good. It looks way better than the just like shelfer stuff that they've been doing. Because I think that strip, if you guys see this, the strip down the middle, I think ties this whole thing together. And if they would do this for all of their bottles, I actually think that I'm totally cool with the label change. It's funny how one little detail like that will change it all. And the cork, I don't know if you guys can see the cork on it. It's kind of got like this design in it. The neck is great. But none of those feel like this cork is still a light cork. It's not a heavy component that's going to cost them money. It's good. It's not $140 whiskey. I would buy like, if they did a distillery release of 200 mLs of this and it was like $25, I think that would be cool with me. Because I'm never going to drink more than 200 mLs of that ever. This is a great, I'm going to put this on the screen. This is a great comment. Oh, wait. There we go. What's up, Amy? Good to see you. It's pretty good, though. The Garyana's only okay. Toshi, I don't like toasted. I don't like a lot of finished stuff. I would say that Garyana oak finish was perhaps the most offensive thing I've ever tasted from Bardstown. Joe, do you ever try that?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah. Okay. I don't know anybody that loved the Garyana except for the influencers that got their bottles for free on Instagram. I'm gonna keep taking pot shots, dude. I'm sorry. The junkies, I loved it because like we're friends with Ron Miles, right? And Ron is a great dude, but like, you know, at some point, you just gotta say what you think. And like when the junkies were like, "This is really bad," I'm like, okay, I feel vindicated because I bitched a lot about that bottle. Joe, what's up, dude? Joe, I feel like I haven't seen your name in a while. I hope you're good. Like those shitty grenades from Elijah Craig, but little glass 200 ml pineapples. That's actually a great idea. That's a great idea. Holy crap. Imagine, like, okay. Imagine you have like 4 or 5 different fruits that you've done this with, and you have different little fruit containers. You could sell them in a 200 ml 5-pack, and you could charge $125 for it. The glass would be really expensive, though, I think. That's a good idea, though. Dude, all right, we're going to steal that NDP idea. I may or may not have made a conscious decision to leave out the... Oh, this is from you, Joe. To leave out the what?
VO, DVCO.
Oh, God. Pineapple broken brain, ooh, says Amy. In a basket of fruit. Yeah, dude, imagine a fruit basket. Whiskey, distillery only, 200 ml. Man, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. All right.
What's next?
I think we're going into the first blind.
All right.
Is there anything else we need to taste? Guys, if you think of anything, I'm going to check the thumbnail real quick just to be sure. I think we covered it on the thumbnail. Plus striped pig, which is great. We covered the giveaway. We've got 3 bottles going out. I haven't checked PayPal yet, so if you guys have PayPal, we will get to those, I promise. Looks like Jason just dropped his, 4 hours ago. I just got a notification. His short on the pineapple. I wonder what he said. All right. So which one is the green one the first flight?
Okay, green one is
Okay. All right, guys. So like I said at the beginning of the stream, the reason I put surprise whiskey on the thumbnail is because I have no idea what these flights are. But Patreon and Joe were all part of coming together in the Discord and thinking through like what's a good relevant blind flight right now. So maybe these are all 2026 releases. Maybe there's some older stuff thrown in there too to kind of test releases. I'm not sure. But I have 2 of these, and they are 5-pour blinds. A, B, C, D, E. Joe, should I just rank these, you think? Kind of first impression.
Yeah,
like,
just rank, first impressions, rank.
Okay.
If you want to take a bottle guess.
Sure.
Because it's a group of what, 35, 40 bottles that
Of this year, probably like 75.
75, okay.
So it'll be...
Was the list that long?
Yeah, I think on the island up there are 60 samples, and then the table probably had 10 or 15.
Okay.
So, yeah, it would be hard for me to make a bottle guess on like.
It would be.
So I won't try to do anything based off what I think it is. But yeah, guys, I'll just rank these whiskeys. I'll try to give you some thoughts on them. What Joe's gonna do, I'll turn my head, and instead of showing you guys a black note card, he'll just put it on the screen real quick, and then I'll turn back and he'll take it off the screen. So let me give a first impression. I'll just go quickly down the line of this first flight, and then we'll go in detail one by one. Then Joe will start showing you. But let me get my first impressions out before.
Discord, the list is in the channel.
Okay. So guys, if you guys are in the Discord, you know the channel that says He-Man Cam Hater. Whatever. What is it now?
Patreon Palette Punishment.
Patreon Palette Punishment channel. You can see the answer key there in its entirety. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Thank you. Have you tried this year's President's Choice? I have not. I'm not against actually picking one up, but they're all single barrels. The quality has dipped so hard, at least last year it had. I like the rye quite a bit. The bourbon, I just felt like there's no way this is worth it. So no, I haven't tried it this year. Who would have thought 20 minutes on pineapple flavored whiskey? Did we spend 20, Spaycon? Jesus Lord. All right, let's keep moving. Well, listen, they know what they're doing. They're getting people talking about it. I mean, that's kind of what's going on. Awesome. Thank you, dude. He said, great job, Joe. Let's go. Management, mods. This is it right here. All right. Quick first impression down the line. Glass A. This is like effervescent. It's a little grapefruity. Yeah, interestingly like citrus and tropical. I like it. It actually smells pretty good. Different though, so I'll be curious how that comes out on the palate. Glass B, first impression, looks very dark. It's also a heavier pour, so that might account for it. Oh, this has some bitter oak on the nose. Not saying I dislike it. I feel like there could be some age there, maybe some double barreling. All right, Glass C. Glass C muted. Buffalo Tracy to me. Like, I'm getting honey. I'm getting... Kind of smells like E.H. Taylor 4 grain. There's a specific reason why I'm saying that, but... So that's Glass C, what I'm kind of getting right off the bat. All right, Glass D. I feel like I should know what this is. This is very rye forward to me. Distinctly rye. Rye lover's rye. Dilly, good though. Color on that, it's pretty dark too. Reminds me of the James E. Pepper decanter rye. Finally, Glass E in this first flight. Wonder if these are all ryes. I could see them all being ryes. Glass E. This is clean. Very clean profile. It's a kind of a mentholy, white peppery, crawl up your nose profile. Very cooling on the nose. So those are my first impressions. I don't know if anybody's keeping track of that, but I'll try to remember as I keep going. Andy, what's up, dude? Thanks for the super chat. If you aren't already, consider hopping into the Patreon and Discord. Oh, dude, here comes the plug. I appreciate you, Andy. Tons of fun. We're not there yet, though. Fun shenanigans, and you can help with these blinds. There may or may not be an unsanctioned member-sponsored sample giveaway coming this weekend. There may or may not be an unsanctioned member-sponsored sample giveaway. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, cool. Joe gave me a thumbs up. Thanks, Andy. I was waiting for the end of that to be like, also, fuck Cam, you know, or something like that. That would have been on brand. We got... Okay, actually, we'll get those in a second. We've got 5 more super chats here. All right, let's go back now. Glass A. Joe is going to show... I'm going to say Andy. Joe's going to show you what's in Glass A right now, and he's going to tell me when I can turn back around.
3, 2, turn around.
I'm good?
Yep.
All right. So, please no spoilers in the chat. Whatever you just saw on the screen, if it said, I don't know, Sazerac Rye, don't start talking about Sazerac, Buffalo Trace. Don't say it's Sazerac Rye, please, or we'll have a mod just like time you out or whatever. Don't spoil the fun, please. Okay, like I said, this one is like, this is tropical and grapefruity and spritzy on the nose. And I like it because it doesn't feel like Glass E on my first impression. Glass E had that menthol crawl up your nose thing that was, it just felt like it lacked character. This has a lot of character. Let's taste it. It's good. It's very good. There's a... It's fun. Not knowing what these are is kind of fun, Joe. It's kind of fun. Like... Because there's stuff, like something about this one where I go, if you told me it was X or Y, I would understand why I'm getting something, but I have no idea. So now I can only go off of like, I really like the profile. There's a lull somewhere on the palate here that's, if I'm being very critical of it. Up front palate is primo, is good. It's after that there's a lull. It kind of falls off. All the flavors up front on this. But it feels like it's got some age. It feels well developed, whatever this is. Okay. I'll come back to it. But I like it. And Glass B is out of left field. Okay. So here's what's in Glass B, guys. Wow, what a weird nose. Like,
You're good.
Was there discussion, Joe, about the order of this?
I threw an order out and no one really suggested changes, but there was thought put into it.
Because I couldn't have 2 more opposite things from A to B right now. B has almost a little Sharpie note to it. Like I said, I think on the first pass, bitter oak. Have you tried the Penelope 18-year light whiskey? So I'm just not a light whiskey lover. I've had like the very first Penelope light whiskey. I don't remember what the age statement was on that. That was several years ago at this point. And I thought it was fine, you know, but all light whiskey to me is just so similar. Not a huge fan of it. I picked one MGP light whiskey, and I just don't think I'm ever going to pick another one unless there's a finish going on. I don't think I like B that much. I don't know. It's just so, it's so different than A. Are these related? Like, okay, so does this blind have like a theme to it? Or is it more just like kind of like head to head, like, or if telling me is going to give me too much info?
It's not going to give you info, but like it was like things that people wanted compared to other things.
Okay.
Kind of, you know, new things compared to things you may have tasted on streams in the past.
Okay.
That people wanted to see. Like, now I know what Cam thought of this bottle in the past, so how does it compare to these other things? Like, let's throw some stuff together that we can use. We can have, like, you know, goalposts for, and now we see where other stuff slots in that you haven't tasted yet, or maybe haven't tasted on stream yet.
Okay. Yeah, this is like interestingly much flatter than Glass A. Why do I like A so much? It almost just reminds me of like a stag batch. I don't know why I like that. B is just so, the bitterness is coming out. It feels a little flat. I can't get away from the flatness of that. So, all right, we'll keep moving. I'm just trying to give you guys detailed notes now on this pass before I kind of order these and try to draw some conclusion about what's going on here. Glass C. I'm going to turn around, show you guys what's in Glass C. This smells like freaking E.H. Taylor 4 grain. I mean, it just smells like a Buffalo Trace product.
All right.
All right. Okay, Joe, I got a couple super chats. Lawrence Chang is in for 4. I'm going to take his advice. He says drink more water. Mr. Jeb Singleton. I can't believe Jeb with the super chat, dude. Jeb trying to win some bottles. In for 10 entries. Says the best pineapples are the upside down ones. I expected no other comment from Jeb. That's exactly what I expected. Matt Thomas is in for 2. Thank you, Matt. As I smell what has to be a Buffalo Trace product. Guy is in here with the freaking banger. 20 entries, $100 super chat. Says, cheers, man. Hope you're doing well. Guy, thank you. And good luck on the giveaway tonight, man. Amy is in for 4 entries. Says, much love, Cam. Hope you and the fam are well. How's Miss Lucy? So Lucy is the forgotten one now. And she's like kind of a depressed kitty cat because the baby's getting all the attention. And so I do kind of feel bad. We're trying to give Lucy as much love as we can, but we're also trying to be careful because she's so aggressive. She's cool with the baby. We've had no incidents at all. No, not even a hint of one, but I would hate to have to murder my cat for my child. That was like my greatest fear is like I'm going to walk in a room and we walked out for 30 seconds and, you know. Joe Tran, thank you, man, is in for 2. Says good luck on the blinds. Mr. Pinkerton in the Discord. Thank you, Joe.
Check PayPal.
All right. We showed Glass C.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take a sip of Glass C, guys. Okay. I think what's going on here is the proof of A was just so much higher than everything else. When I go back through this lineup, I'm gonna not drink A first because I think it just threw me off for Glass B. C is completely inoffensive. You know, honey, fig, vanilla. That's kind of it. It's very simple whiskey. There's a little extra, almost like sweet oak leather presence in the background, which is why I'm thinking it's an E.H. Taylor, because I think a 10-year E.H. Taylor would kind of give you those kind of notes. The point is not to guess that, though, but it's just a frame of reference. Like, I get these notes from both the new cured oak and the 4-grain because they're both 10-year-old E.H. Taylors. But it's fine, you know. It's flat whiskey. Okay, PayPal. Let me pull up the PayPal. Thanks to genetics and severe allergies, says Joe, I'd probably murder any random cat for 2 ounces of Fireball. Damn, dude. Okay. I know some people are like severely allergic, though. There are people that can't come to my house because of, you know, having Lucy here. Greg Smith, in for 2 entries. Thank you, Greg, from PayPal. Says, cheers, Cam. Appreciate it, man. Anthony, we'll just put Anthony I. Anthony I is in for 4. Thank you, Anthony. And Keegan Richards is in for 3. Says Formula Fund. Appreciate that, Keegan. All right, on to Glass D. Let's have Joe show you guys what's in Glass D. This is Rye AF.
You're good.
All right. This is a rye lover's rye. But there's like a darkness to it underneath those rye notes, which I really like. All right. So, super herbal, some dill. And then it's almost like if a lemon starburst had a baby with an oatmeal cookie. An oatmeal raisin cookie and a lemon starburst had a baby.
Not a description.
I like that. I think it's a great whiskey. I bet I know what that is, though. I bet I know what that is. I like that whiskey a lot. As far as, it just does something for me because you get so much rye and you get so much underneath the rye. It's a little low proof. It's a higher proof than C and B, I think. There's a little thinness to it at one point, but you can't deny, like, there's something cool going on with that. I do like that whiskey. Okay? Now let's do Glass E. Put that up on the screen. Let me get a smell of this. Excuse me.
Glass
E. Yeah.
You're good.
All right. This is the one that I said was like crawl up your nose. Joe, what are you sipping right now?
I'm sipping Glass A right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then the coffee barrel.
You have the coffee barrel?
Then that's next.
Okay.
The first two.
You try them?
And the media sample.
Yeah.
They're all good.
They're all good.
They're all, like, not good. They're all great.
I feel like, you know.
All the barrels were that level-ish.
Yeah.
That's wild.
There was a point where we were like, yeah, it probably around barrel 7 or 8. We're just like, fuck. It almost, you either want to drink so many more that you find the one amazing one, or you just like, let's just stop and just take what we, because like, how do you decide? Yeah. They're all very close. But yeah, I think those are gonna be $113 a bottle. After discount, it'll be like $107 or $106. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. Yeah, Glass E. I just don't like the nose. The palate could save Glass E for sure. It's that crawl up your nose, effervescent, mentholy cooling thing. A lot of white pepper. And then there's one little note in the background. There's one leathery, tannic leather note in the background that I'm thinking maybe the palate will have that could be nice. And the palate is good. It's just the nose didn't do it for me. The palate's really good. It is leathery as shit. What the heck is that? Huh. And I'm looking at the glass. I never pay attention to legs unless something is like jumping out at me. That is oily as hell. And it also feels pretty high proof. I like that whiskey a lot. I just think the nose didn't do it. Did you write cats suck under my name? Oh my god, dude. Joe's diabolical. Sweet Cindy says, we had a cat when we had our first of 4 kids. Used to sleep on our bed. When the baby was born, she slept at the foot of his crib. That's sweet. That's very sweet. The goal is to make Cam sweat. I gotta pace myself because I have another 5-pour blind after this. I can't get like too in the weeds here or else I'm gonna slur my words at the end of the stream. I'm already slurring them. Not because of alcohol, it's because I'm trying to talk too fast. Okay. Moderator, remove that animal cruelty from the screen. All right. So interesting now, man. Going from E back to A, which I think is like the higher proof of this. I do like them both. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to taste through B, C, D very quickly and just try to order B, C, and D. B, again, was that like bitter oak thing that I'm trying to figure out. It was very flat. C was what I felt like was maybe an E.H. Taylor kind of profile, 4 grain or cured oak. Just had a little age to a Buffalo Trace profile. And then D was the heavy rye up front with like some really good barrel qualities underneath. Like a darkness underneath. Reminds me of James E. Pepper rye. So let me taste BCD now. I'm going to take the 2 higher proof ones that I think out of the equation. Did you grab the new Stag 26B? I do have it. I don't think I've tasted it yet. All right, so this is glass B. Glass B is so much better now. Okay. I'm like turning around looking at the shelf. I'm like looking at the shelf like, what in the heck is this? I'm trying to put it in some sort of context in my head about what it is I'm tasting. Because it is like burnt caramely. It's molassesy and burnt caramely, but it's also got that bitter oak note, and that was the thing that turned me off. And especially coming off of Glass A, which is so fresh and so clean profile-wise and high proof, to B was just such a shock to the system. But now B is doing all right. So I'm not going to rate these tonight. I'm just going to rank them. I just have zero idea what that whiskey is. It drinks like a low-proof bourbon. And I don't know what else is going on. Let me taste C again. The nose on C is nice. It's very sweet, very inviting. I think the question, Joe, is like, would I drink C or B first, you know? Those profiles are so different. Because I think D is better than both of them. For my palate, even though it's extremely rye forward. I'm going to be so pissed if B is something that I have hyped up to this point. I'm going to be very upset. It just doesn't feel like it, though. All right. I'm going to go with my gut and order them this way. And now let's taste A and E. Very tropical. Both of these are very tropical. Yeah, you need to crack 26B tonight. We'll see. We've got, another 5-pour blind flight after this is going to be tough. Can we get the review for Stag 26? Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, let's see what we can do. Stag 26B might even be in one of these flights, and I don't even know it. Although, I suppose if you're asking that, it's probably not in this one. Junior went from brown butter turkey to red light, green light. That was a mistake. That could be a mistake for a lot of reasons, actually. I don't know which reason you're even referencing. Okay, glass A versus glass E. This is glass A. All right, I still like Glass A a lot. This is the one that I said had like grapefruit notes on the nose. Lots of vanilla. And even though those notes are brighter, I don't feel like I'm getting too much youth out of the whiskey, which is kind of nice. And then Glass E. Still not the biggest fan of the nose. With the palate. You couldn't have 5 more different whiskeys in a flight, Joe. Okay. Fucking A, man. This is so tough. Okay, let me ask the chat this. Does anybody understand why I'm having a hard time? Am I alone? I feel like I'm on an island right now. I gotta know. Dude, what? The one that I can't figure out is B, and I've put it in last place. It almost reminds me of like a double oaked MGP rye at like a very low proof. I don't know why. It's yeah, and then it's like, dude.
Final ranking.
It's just between these higher. What? Adam, no, this should be so easy. I hate you. This is evil Adam. That's why you're evil Adam, dude. It's a tough choice because I like the nose on A better than E. A is probably more complete all the way through. Everything is just working with A for what it is. It's not my favorite profile because it is that brighter grapefruit tropical thing. But then E, I don't like the nose, but I think the palate is a more aged palate in the finish compared to A. All right, this is tough. Last sip of this flight. Oh, man. None of this matters, Joe.
None of it matters.
None of this matters. It's not whiskey theory. None of this matters. Why am I fretting over this? I'll just say this. God. Oh, the perfectionist in me cannot handle what's going on right now. Is one of these like a Raconteur rye? You know what's driving me nuts about E? It's the tannic leather note on there. Reminds me of like an artificial candy. Like an artificial... Sarah got these for me the other day. She wanted me to learn this note that I didn't know. And it was like this artificial like berry candy. They looked like maybe strawberries or raspberries, but it was like plasticky like candies. She got me like a bag of these things. E has that on it, but with a leather note that I really like. Daniel P, oh my God, just make your choices. Chill out. Chill out. We're all friends here. We got a whole other flight to go. Settle in for the long haul. Just giving you shit. All right, I'm going to trust my gut. I think A is the more complete whiskey out of those two, even though... And this would... Like, if this was a barrel pick, that would be a very hard decision between A and E. I am giving preference in this flight to what I feel like are the higher proof pours. That could bite me in the ass. I think D, my third place, is a very specific profile of rye whiskey that I like. C, while it is pleasant whiskey, feels just like a slightly older Buffalo Trace product. And then B I can't figure out, so it's in last place. So let's start from last place. Glass B. No, it's not! Oh, what? Oh my God, I cannot figure this out.
And now you don't know what D is, right?
Exactly.
What D was.
Wow. All right, C. What's C? Is it E.H. Taylor?
No.
No? Dude, what is going on here?
All right, you got that right.
Okay.
When you went through on the nose.
C is nice. is very, very good.
So you had talked about like Jamesy Pepper and one of the other ones, well, two of the other ones, and then the two that were mixed in there that you hadn't talked about were things people were interested in. So that was kind of what drove what was in the flight.
Okay.
And they were grouped by rise, and you got the proof progression right because I didn't want to go like low to high. I wanted to mix it up a little bit just to make it, just to be an asshole.
Yeah.
So it went high, low, high.
Okay.
So you got that right too, which was interesting.
So now that these are ryes, I think one of these could be one of the Archer Eland ryes.
Okay. Which one?
Could Glass E. Is it?
Yeah.
I really think that's Suede.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. I had this thought, dude. Okay.
That's funny.
Let's just get.
I did not think you were going to get that.
I just had this thought about that whiskey. All right. So Glass D then. What is this?
D?
Oh, okay. I would have thought B and D would have been reversed based on the profiles, weirdly.
Interesting.
Dude, this is a great rye whiskey.
Yeah.
This is a great.
We're all about it.
Crittenden's Double Oaksing. This is a 5-year rye whiskey, guys. Craft rye whiskey. Matt Crittenden's a freaking genius.
Almost like someplace you should go back to.
Yeah. Yeah. Soon. TM. All right, Glassy Archer Eland Suede. I there was something about this. Yeah. And that's the thing. All the Archer Eland stuff.
Because of that leather note?
Yes.
Okay.
And the nose I've never liked on this.
Okay.
Also on the cashmere, which is same proof. I never liked the nose on these. The palate though on this one I liked. And then Glass A, I have no idea what this is. Okay. I thought it was the most put together.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. 10-year rye. It's probably the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That was a fun flight, man.
You like it? The guys did good?
That was good. That was really hard.
Okay.
I mean, okay, let me ask you guys this in the live chat. Like, does this tell you anything? You know, like, is this just entertainment? Is it just fun? Or was there something educational, you know, from you as like a consumer, let's say, about what you're going to buy next that you found in this flight? Like, I'm really curious to know. I did know that these were ryes. I had a pretty good idea of that up front. And then, like, equating the one that really turned me on to maybe thinking there were bourbons in here was C. Red Top Rye had this E.H. Taylor-like note to it. But the other stuff all felt like, I think it all felt pretty much like a rye. There was a little staggy thing about Glass A, which is this new riff. That makes sense to me. I can't believe the pepper rye came in last. Dude, I cannot believe that.
I can't either.
What? So,
great.
Yeah, and I love it. And like, so Glass C was red top at 105. What's the proof on pepper? I mean, isn't it like, hang on, I've got the sheet pulled up actually. 115? Man, maybe I have to eat my words on that rye. I just think it didn't blind well. Because in isolation, I really liked it.
Well, I was glad when you said you weren't going to give these scores.
Yeah.
Because I think that has to be done in its own context.
Yeah.
Like when you try to score something in a blind and you're following up like Glass 1 with a lower proof.
Right.
Like, that's just not fair.
Yeah. Man. Okay. Well, guys, that was a really fun flight. Let me see what the chat said. Very entertaining, being a Mississippi resident and a Crittenden's homer. Yeah, what's up, Chase? Good to see you. Good to see you in here. Yeah, listen, we've got to go back to Crittenden's, and I've hit Matt up about it 2 separate times, and then it was like, at one point I got really busy. At the next point, Sarah's pregnant. You know, it's like these things happen, but I really need to go back to Crittenden's. Did you once say you're doing a leather and oak pick? If so, how's that coming along? Actually, Steve texted me yesterday from Leather and Oak. So yes, this pick is going to happen. I don't know when, but it is going to happen. Watching it go through a blind definitely helps inform from a consumer perspective. For me, I've watched you for a while and trust your palate. I appreciate that. Blinds only tell part of the story. I agree with this. Blinds tell part of the story. In a side-by-side, especially with varying proof points, things can get really mixed up. But that was a fun blind. Crittenden, interesting. Don't buy the pepper rye. You overhype James E. Pepper. I'll listen, in this blind, I will agree with that. In isolation, I still need to just retaste it. Pepper Dead Last is wild. Love this new format. Texas Nick, thank you. I didn't see the super chat. I think Joe probably got it though. Love this new format. Makes Cam sweat for no reason. Listen, I'm an anxious piece of shit in my normal personal life, so this is just par for the course. All right, let's go on to the next one. Now I'm worried. 2 5-pour blinds in one stream. Evil people in the Patreon. Evil people. Joe, I got one more super chat in Venmo from Corey Pomeroy. By the way, Corey, the fact that Pomeroy is in your, the fact that that's your last name. I grew up in a town called Pomeroy, Middleport, Pomeroy, which is on the Ohio River. That's kind of a crazy thing to see. Anyways, 2 entries. Has Sarah had the baby? Yes, the baby is. I'm losing track of time. Hang on.
True dad.
Give me a sec here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 weeks old. Okay, 6.5 weeks. Yeah, she's probably asleep right now. I would go grab her otherwise, but Corey says you mentioned that. Oh, have I already mentioned that, dude? Sorry, that may have been when I was a little, schlitzy. From New York originally, though. LOL. Yeah, I probably mentioned that. Your name probably pops up late stream, and then I'm like hammered, never remember it. Not great. Seeing how evil Joe is setting up the blind makes me wonder what he'd do to your cat. Different Joe. Joe W said that about the cat earlier. Need to know your thoughts on the old Overhold 11 from this year. Rewind the stream. I didn't get Luxardo Cherry. I got mostly, a cinnamon stick, brown sugar, kind of drier spice, plus some kind of richer caramels on the palate. I didn't get a lot of fruit on it, though, this year. Cat Biko in for 2. Thank you for the super chat. Tony Bag of Donuts, I got you, man. Cam, please promote Whiskey Mountains one more time. Whiskey Mountains live stream Sunday at 8 Eastern for Alzheimer's research. I found your Hard Truth pick hiding on a shelf, so it's in my glass now. Cheers.
Banger pick.
Underrated pick. Actually, I thought I was not confident about that pick when we did it. Like I thought we did the best barrel that day, but I did not. I was like, Hard Truth. How's this gonna come up? People like that pick, so we got to go back to Hard Truth. Joe D hates rabbits, not cats. Agreed. Yeah, Joe has.
Oh, I hate cats too.
Oh, he hates cats too, but he hasn't mowed over baby cats. So.
Have I?
I don't know, dude. And if you don't know what we're talking about, join the Patreon, $5 a month. Okay. Drums and Drams, your Hard Truth pick is really good. Thank you, Daniel. Sorry to give you shit earlier. I was just messing around. Adriana does great work for Alzheimer's. Tune in and donate. 100%. Studers, what's up, dude? I could just be crazy then. No, I don't think you're crazy. I think I'm just so caught up on the other notes in that Overholt that I am not thinking about fruit when I drink it. That's probably a me thing. All right, let's do the next flight. I see dark fucking whiskey in this flight. Glass A is... Glass C is also... Glass D is also... Okay, so we have 3 out of 5 mega dark whiskeys in this flight. Just like the last one, before I have Joe show you guys what's in these glasses, let me do a quick once-over just down the line. So Glass A. Okay. Glass A. God. This is just like very fudgy, bittersweet. Not actually that bitter. It's just super dark and fudgy and chocolatey on the nose. All right. Smells very good. Glass B. Glass B smells like almost like a Stag Junior. It's kind of got a combination of like aspartame vanilla notes, which I get on modern Stag right now. Like the last couple years, I get that note. There's a little bit of a grapiness here. a slightly bitter barrel char note, which I typically find on Stag. So it has those kind of notes. I don't know if it is a Stag or if it's Buffalo Trace at all. Glass C. I mean, this does something for me. It smells like, and this is just oaky coffee or something. All right, C is nice. D crawls up my nose. So least favorite nose so far maybe is, it's between B and D. B just smells younger. D crawls up my nose, which I don't love, but I feel like the palate could redeem it. All of these have like very dark chocolatey kind of profiles to them. And then Glass E, also similar to B. Both feel like they could be high proof Buffalo Trace products. Now I know I said Buffalo Trace earlier and I was wrong. I'm not making guesses. I'm just saying what it reminds me of. Ed Porter, what's up, dude? Here's 49 votes to do an Echo Spirits Double Oak Rye pick. Ed, I'll tell you, I am wholly unfamiliar with what Echo Spirits is doing locally, and that's probably a problem. So I need to visit there and check out what they're doing. And so, like, their Double Oak Ryes, is that MGP stuff that they're double oaking? Daniel says Glass A. He's making guesses before I am. Let's go. Glass A guess. Heaven Hill 22. Yeah, it could be. Like, legitimately could be. Could also be Glass C. Glass C is stealing the show from me right now on the nose. All right, so let me have Joe show you guys what's going on now. So let me go back. Again, please no spoilers. Thank you again, Ed, for that super chat, man. Let's go back to Glass A. I'm going to turn around and have Joe show you guys.
Okay.
That's not Heaven Hill 22. It's not bad. It's not that good though. I don't think. All right, let me get some water. There's an aggressive spiciness to Glass A, which kind of sounds like my first impression of Heaven Hill 22 before I shot the video. But by the way, guys, shout out to Joe for being here and helping and drinking whiskey and hanging out.
Where's Anthology?
Anthology, dude. Yeah. Get that. I love that bottle. Secondary went up after I bought this one. And so this barrel is probably between like 1,700 and 1,800. Yeah. It's like I'll never have another one now. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's the time to chug it. Kenny sent me a sample of a lower proof one, and it's good, but it's not like this one. And this one's not perfect, but it is probably one of my favorites this year. All right, Glass A, back to Glass A. Yeah, Glass A is not bad. I have to come back to it after I taste the rest of these. I'm running out of liver space right now, so I just got to be careful. So let's just move on to Glass B. This is the one that I said felt a little staggy. This is a new segment idea, right? This is tight. Yeah, Stooters. This is just Joe leading the charge and people in the Discord chiming in. And I don't open the channel, so I have no idea what's going on in there, which is kind of hilarious. Anything could be happening. And they've like put together these blind flights for this live stream, and they'll hopefully do it for some videos in the future too. And maybe some of them will just be set, head-to-head comparisons blind. But it's a good way for me to taste things double blind. No idea what they are. All right, turn around Glass B.
Okay.
Yeah. It tastes young. The aspartame note on here, the vanilla-y, aspartame-y sweetness, it doesn't do it for me. Okay. Let's move on to C. it's C. That's probably Heaven Hill 22. A is like imitation C. Joe's keeping the fucking poker face right now. He just went. He was like tight. All right, Glass C. Glass C smells so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Heaven Hill 22. All right. Best one of the flight. Moving on. Whatever C is, that's the whiskey I want to drink out of this flight so far. Yeah. All right. Actually, I need to put this closer to me. Glass D now. This is where things get a little interesting. Yeah. Excuse me. Adam, I love this format. Be careful. I am trying. I am very much trying. Ed said blends, Bardstown, Kentucky. Kentucky Artisan, and a few others for bourbon. MGP or Bardstown for rye. Ed, we should just go over there. Will you like take me over to Echo? Let's do something. I would love to check that out. All right, let's. Joe's gonna show you guys Glass D. I don't remember what I said about this on first impression.
Okay.
All right, so there's a similarity to A, just about like the dark chocolate kind of notes. This has more fruit, so this is a little bit more like raisin or plummy or something like that. In D, color, yeah, color's dark. Ooh. I felt like there was going to be a lot more flavor based on the front of the palate, and then there was not that much flavor. So I think the proof is not as high as I was expecting on this, based on the very front of the palate. This is fruity. This is like fruit leather on the palate. P. Bellinardo says, picked up the Lost Lantern United States of Bourbon. I actually have that over there. Blend of whiskey from all 50, cast strength. Thought it sounded like a gimmick, but great bottle. So let me ask you this. Based on that response, are you somebody that likes craft whiskey often? Because I felt like that bottle had a lot of those crafty qualities for me. There was a little grassiness, but just a lot of that kind of like Whoppers, kind of like malted milk ball kind of note to it. And then also, what else did it have? I think that also had that kind of lemon meringue craft note as well. You mentioned Heaven Hill 22 a few times tonight. In my opinion, it's opened up and become an absolute monster. I think I'd place it above the 17. I've still never done a head-to-head between 22 and 17 because my 17 is long gone. Jason, good to see you, dude. I still have these bottles for you, man. I need to come up to New Albany and give you these freaking bottles. I'm glad this format is good. I like D. I like the D. It'll do second sip. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Before I even taste E, which I know is not going to be as good, I can just tell. I'm going to go back to A. Yeah, A is like so bitter. There's just so much coffee on A. Like, it almost gets a little skunky. That would be a mood thing for me. I could almost see that working with, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Tiramisu. If I was drinking that with tiramisu, the sweetness of the tiramisu would counteract whatever's going on with that. Let me go to E now, which reminds me a lot of B. All right, turn my back. I feel like these are both like Stag 26A and 26B or something. They're so similar.
Good.
All right. Hearing this New Starlight 10 Batch 2 is good. I felt so burned on last year's bottle. I can't buy that blind at $250. I just can't do it. All right. B over E. I think what I just tasted is my last place. It's not bad whiskey. It felt a little flat. It was very sweet. I think, all right. I feel like A has to be last place though. Why? What? I mean, Glass A out of both flights was, which one was Pepper in the last flight? Was it A? It was B. Okay. This is like the Glass B of this flight now. It has that same effect. Adam said, we gambling? Yeah, dude. I mean, no, but yeah.
Oh, no, this is on Call Street.
yeah, let's go.
We're insider gambling. Is that the term for it?
There's no gambling happening. I don't know. YouTube overlords, I don't know. There's nothing going on here. Excuse me. Matt Porter in the house under an alter ego. Pink Dan, every time Cam spins around, we get to see that crispy Sport Clips trim. Yeah, dude. Fresh. All right. I got to taste A one more time. I feel like A is something similar to the Pepper Decanter Rye that you cannot put in a blind flight. I just think whatever this is not going to blind well. That was okay. That was okay. So I'm going to place it third. All right, so here's my order. E is in last place. I'm going to make a guess on this. Dude, A has like a little herbal tinge at the end. E, I think is Stag 26B. B, I think is Stag 26A. A, I have absolutely no idea what that is. D, oddly familiar, Glass D. Let me take a quick gander at the shelf. All right, I don't see anything convincing. Oh, 1792 15 year. Heaven Hill 22 and Glass C. Those are my guesses. I just don't know what Glass A is. All right, Joe, Glass E.
You're wrong.
Oh! Did I reverse them?
Yeah.
Did I reverse them? All right, I just went by what I thought the proof points were because this one drank the lowest proof of the two that I thought were Stags. So the next one is 26B?
Yeah.
Dude, let's go. All right. One sec. On the 26B review, one sec. I put it over 26A.
So that helped.
Hmm?
You put it over in the review, you put it over 26A?
No, like right now, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I may have been wrong. I actually didn't side by side them. I just tasted E and tried to remember back.
Oh, okay.
But hang on, I just took a sip of E, which is 26A, which is darker, but I felt like it was flatter, which is weird because it's a higher proof, I think. All right. Don't take my word for that. But both of those are last place. Those are 4 and 5. Glass A, I have no idea, man. That's third place. This is like the bitter one. For your next Sport Clips cut. Thank you, Mike. Glass A. Hang on. I didn't look.
Okay.
I have to just look at the shelf very quickly. Does anything stand out to me what this could be? Oh, man. That proof point that I feel like it's at.
What do you think it's at?
120? 120? Oh! Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Because it had, what did I say? It had that bitterness that I didn't understand. And that makes sense now. It's that Kelvin bitterness. Okay. Yeah, and to me, that's the thing. The Stags were just so young tasting in this flight, you know? Now, here's the thing. If this is 1792-15, and if it is Heaven Hill 22, then I feel totally fine about that being in third place. All right, so what is Glass D? Oh, come on. I got this then, right? Is C... Oh, my God, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
So the thought behind this flight in the group was like kind of a high-low with Heaven Hill 22 because you've had some hot takes on that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Well, I think people are reading into, that it's not special, but it's really good, taking it too far. So they wanted you to put that up against some lower cost things, just to see if it held up or how you perceived it, and then people wanted you to taste the stinks.
Yeah.
And then, so I didn't want it to be like 4 low end and 1 really high end that stood out, so that's why we threw the 1792 in.
Yeah.
And then the striped pig was just a random, like, what else can we toss in there that's gonna be weird?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, to me, I look at this. Oh, geez, spilling. Heaven Hill 22 is like $625 now, secondary. 1792 is $650, but that's a 1 liter bottle. So the price makes sense between those two. And then you go Striped Pig, which is available and $100. And then you go to Stag, which, like, okay, SRP, but secondary it's like $125, $130, something like that. And they don't hold a candle to that one. Striped Pig, okay, it's not as good as 1792-15. I don't give a shit. Like, all right, it shouldn't be, yeah. And then Heaven Hill 22 is trouncing everything here. And I will say Heaven Hill 22 over 1792 by a large margin in this. And if I would have rated them, I would have rated them much closer than what I would have been like 93, 92. And a not side by side. And a side by side, that's like a 93 and a 90. Which is actually a lot more distance to me. Because I think as I get up there.
The points are higher.
Yeah.
Are farther apart, higher in the range.
Yeah. I know people are gonna say I cheated on this though.
No.
I mean,
he didn't. There's no way for it.
I did not cheat on this, like, at all. Can we get management in here to work some PR on the Striped Pig? Dude, okay, Striped Pig came third to 1792-15. Okay. And that's not even a barrel that we picked. It's just a good barrel, dude.
Picks are better.
All right. Picks are better? I don't know. That's Joe. Joe is...
I've had all of them.
Joe is shilling right now, and I'm down. I'm here for the shill, dude. Matt, shut up. Matt was at the pick, by the way. So fuck Matt. That's all that I'm going to say.
That makes that real funny.
And listen, is he 6'3"? Maybe, but also he's 5'4". Fuck Matt, dude. I think my first words to Matt were, yeah, you're tall. So it was something along those lines. All right. Did someone just rip ass? Nope. All right. I think that's it. I mean, we covered all these grounds. Hey, guys, we're going to close the giveaway in 3 minutes at 11:05. I'm not encouraging you to send more. I'm just saying we're going to close at 11:05. Reminder, well, listen, people are going to be like, oh, it got third in the blind flight. This is what was third place just now for me, behind Heaven Hill 22 in 1792-15 year. Striped Pig Barrel 31, an excellent pour. Rebecca Creek 16 year. Barrel 21, 127.7 proof. And then first place is Bardstown Copper and King's Apple Brandy finished. 11-year MGP from 2019. I think 120. Yeah, 120 proof. So there you go. That's the Sleeper 3-bottle G word. Your words were, damn, I'm short, says Ben. I thought I heard a little fart too. I didn't fart. If Joe doesn't even have a mic over there. Joe's off of this mic right above me. So if Joe farted, that must have been a loud fart, dude. And I didn't hear it. How long has your Heaven Hill 22 been open? Clearly it gets better. Jason, my Heaven Hill 22 is a combination of 2 bottles that were like this full. Don't ask me why I had both of those, but I put them together. So quite a bit of air in those. Mine dud get better with air. Mine does get better with air, yeah. Rebecca Creek 16 is damn good, says Pink Dan. My ears heard it too. Maybe you heard the AC kicking on. I don't know. It was definitely not a fart. If it was a fart, I would claim it. That would have been a great fart, maybe, because it sounds like it was loud. Stripe Pig picks are legit, y'all, says Amy. Don't miss when you get a chance. Yeah, I feel like, did we just completely tank next week's drop? We shouldn't have. All right. We are just a few seconds away from, 45 seconds away from the giveaway closing.
PayPal.
We got some super chat. Do we?
Do we? No, I think we're good.
I'll check the old Venmos. Joe, Sam said, am I missing some chats or are the mods deleting things? I don't think anyone's deleting anything. I'm not sure, Sam.
Phelps in for 2.
Michael Phelps, thank you. What's up, Caduce? Good to see you, dude.
How was B-Dubs? He was at B-Dubs.
Were you at B-Dubs, Mike? Is that a true story? Hey guys, listen, I'm so happy you guys were hanging out tonight. And if you're new here, my name's Cameron.
And I'm Mike.
Fucked that up the first time. But that's my friend Mike. That's Mike Caduce. He was at B-Dubs tonight. Adam, Evil Adam says, change your chat setting to not just top. 143 Bourbon 3, in for 1. Thank you, man. Okay. Good on PayPal. Good.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Good on PayPal. Let me go back to the old Venmos. All right, we got a couple more. Marshall C is in for 4. And Marshall, guys, by the way, Marshall is the one who sent me that bottle of the Crittenden's Double Oak Rye from the last flight. Sounds kind of funny to say last flight in the same stream. He said that Crit Rye is a banger. Back to Mississippi. All right, thank you, Marshall. Yeah, we got to go back, dude. In for 4. Cody B is in for 4 also with the pineapple emoji. Mr. Pink Dan is in for 1. Said, we got to mic up Joe next time. Dan, I was actually going to do that earlier, and then I had to take the baby, and I was holding the baby for 45 minutes, and I lost my opportunity. That's before Joe got here. I had a whole... The camera on the gimbal, which is usually on a shelf over there, is on that side of the room on a different table because I was going to take it off the gimbal and set up a Joe Cam and a Joe mic, and the baby would not stop crying. So Sarah had to do her stuff. By the way, guys, shout out Pink Dan. We have a 1792 bottled and bond barrel pick coming because Pink Dan won the Sazerac lottery. So I'm very excited for that. Adam Taylor is in for 5, says, great stream, love the blinds. Thank you, Adam. And then Mike Caduce is in for 2. Guys, giveaways cut off. Let me take the banner off the screen. Thank you, Mike. Says, wonder if I can't still get in the drawing thing. You're in, dude. You're in, Mike. Thank you for asking politely. And hey, you guys have been so generous tonight. You're generous on all these live streams, especially when we do giveaways. G-words. Let me make a quick shameless plug very quickly before this giveaway drawing. The Patreon is $5 or $10 a month. 5 is like, hey, I want to support the channel. I'm in the Patreon. I'm in the Discord. I'm hanging out. $10 is like, I want to get barrel picks, because that's a tier that's still unlimited, but you move up to $10 because you want to be in that tier where most barrel picks are going to flow down to the $10 tier. If you're ready at your drop time, which is, once a month usually, on a Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, you're in there for barrel picks. And also, you get entries in the $10 tier for a monthly giveaway, which I just realized, Joe, haven't done that for 2 months. Sick. We'll do that. But $5 or $10 a month, $25 and $50 a month are sold out. So if you would consider joining the Patreon, even if you're like, I don't know what Patreon is, how does it work? It's very, very easy. Download the app, check it out, Drums and Drams on there. Lots of perks. And the best perk of the whole thing is to join the Discord channel. Shenanigans in there. It gets a little bit dicey sometimes, and that's what's fun about it. And yeah, and if you don't know what Discord is, I didn't either 2 years ago when we started that whole thing. And now I'm on there kind of, shooting the shit every day, and it's a lot of fun. Add a bottle of water as a 4th place prize, says Mike. How about $50 a month? Tell us about that one. Studers, just check it. You'll get there. Just check it out on the 1st of the month. How about a baby cam? How about a baby cam? Haha, get it, baby cam. All right, Tony, I got you. All right. Dicey is putting it lightly, says Travis. Best Discord in the game. Listen, I'll take it. Management showing up late. Tracks. Okay, let me make sure we are good, and then we'll run this giveaway. G-word. Oh, look, FedEx. After all this import shit about her baby formula, I just got a text. Your duties, taxes, and fees are due. Amount $110. It took them... This entered... what do you call it? Customs July 9th. It's August 6th. Yeah. It's in Indianapolis right now. And I had another package in the same shipment. Exact same formula, larger package, 50 pounds. This is 30 pounds of formula. Made it through, no customs. This one's in customs. It's a smaller box, and it's been there for a month. Yeah, all right. And now I have to pay them $110. I didn't pay shit for the first one. All right, I'm off my soapbox. The mashup is the best Discord in the game. All right, someone banned Zachariah Arnold. Not saturated enough. Pour some hazmat. Can I send you a blind soon? Jacob. Yes. DM me. Let's do it. Are you importing baby formula from overseas? Yeah, we are. From the UK. It's a Sarah thing. But I agree with her. She's done her research. Okay. I think we're good. Venmo. If I miss someone that's like a straggler, they're going to be upset at me, and they're going to, let me sign into PayPal here. Come on. Okay. My PayPal has me do 4 Face ID verifications to get in. All right, we're good. Cool. Did the cutoff pass? Is this Adam? Is this Adam? Drummer Boy Management Admin? Adam, if that's you, send me $100 right now, or you're not my management anymore. Adam. That's Adam. There's no punctuation. That's Adam. There is punctuation, but there's no capitalization on weight. No apostrophes needed.
Everything's spelled right, though.
It is spelled right. It's tough. That's not an Adam thing. Adam just rips it usually. Adam, $100 or you're not my management anymore. We got to run this giveaway, dude. Come on. It's Austin for sure? No way. Austin did not make that freaking... That's not Austin. We were importing formula from Germany back in 21. We had a shipment seized. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's random, too. Sam? You think it's Sam, Frankie? Does the German formula come with Heffa? No. All right, we gotta wrap this up. All right, let's do it. We're running it. We are running it. Not mad enough to be Sam. True. True, Evil Adam. True.
Duster.
It could be Duster. It really could be. Wait, says DB Management Admin. If nobody knows what DB Management means, you're better for it. Join the Discord. Duster is low-level shit. No, this is Adam. This is Adam. All caps, wait. This is Adam. There it is. I just got a PayPal from Adam for $100. Oh my God! All right, Adam.
Too bad it's closed.
Too bad it's closed, dude. Sucks to suck. All right, I'll add. You got him. All right. Joe's got you, Adam. You freaking degenerate. That's funny. Management. All right, guys. Here's the screen share. Here's random.org. We're gonna spin it 7 times. First place, Bardstown. Second place, Rebecca Creek. Third place, Striped Pig. Oh, I'm also going to add something, just a sample to each of these. A 150 proof, I don't know where it is. I'll never find it. 150 proof, 7-year, 30-bottle short barrel, blue corn shorty from Bluegrass Distillers. That's what I'm adding to each of these 3 giveaway wins. That's a 147 proof. Actually, you know what it is? It's down here. The other one.
It's real good though.
It's the other one, which is here. If you'd like to try it. All right. 150 proof 7-year blue corn shorty 30 bottle. It's an event exclusive for our November 7th event at.
Is this all of it?
Basically. At Bluegrass Distillers. All right. 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here comes 7. Boom. Adam won, dude. That is diabolical. Oh my God.
Oh, I spelled Toshi's name wrong. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. So Adam gets the Bardstown. Adam, that's hilarious. He will never beat I'll never beat the allegations, actually. Adam got the Bardstown. Jeb with the Rebecca Creek. He's actually going to really like that bottle. And Ed with the Striped Pig. So there you go. Ed, local. We'll meet up. Adam said we rigged that shit good. No, you did not. It is unbelievable, though. Oh my gosh. That is funny. That's pretty funny. All right, guys. That's going to do it. Shout out to Joe for freaking hanging out tonight and managing this shit show and pouring all these bottles. Moral of the story for the first half of the stream, Old Elk wheat whiskey is really the only one worth it. Wheated bourbon, not bad. Bardstown pineapple, I don't know. Don't pay $140.
But I kind of like it.
But I kind of like it. And Green River, if you like the toast, fine. Overholt 11, you're not going to be mad if you buy it. Old Force.
Ever asked if you have a guilty pleasure bottle? Like a bottle you shouldn't like, but you do? It's that pineapple.
Yeah. Yeah, so, all right. If you guys have a guilty pleasure bottle and it's the pineapple bottle, don't tell anybody. But it's okay. It's okay. Back shots. Very good peach flavored whiskey. And I think that's going to do it. Heaven Hill 22 is still king out of this blind. 1792.15 is good. Not as good as I thought in comparison. Striped Pig holding up third place, which is acceptable for a $100 bottle. And then Stag falling far behind. 26A and B. Ed, thank you, dude. Yeah, let me know. Honestly, let's just go to Echo. Let's go to Echo and exchange bottles. And if you know the guys at Echo also, that would be a cool connection. Joe, let's get you on salary over here. Joe's the real management. First to manipulate the Patreon, now it's live G-words. How deep does this go? Don't forget to chug water. Definitely chugging water, Dan. All right, have a good night, guys. Hit that like on your way out. Thanks for hanging out this evening.